Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Pick apart the passion. Passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Pick apart the passion. Passion. Welcome to Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Tonight we have a special guest. We got fucking Vakill in the fucking house. We're gonna talk about his record. Say what's up to the people, Vakill. How you doing?
Peace to the people out there.
Yeah, man. You have this amazing record out right now called God's Gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely got a lot of love from a lot of different avenues, actually, from what I've been noticing.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you are you happy with how the record is being received?
Yeah. I'm definitely happy with the results. Being away for a lengthy period of time, the sword is still sharp. You just never heard me, but the work was still getting put in.
Oh yeah, well, I've heard of you since this. I've been familiar, man. I've been familiar. I actually copped this. Yeah, I think when I was in college, when I was spinning, I used to spin a bunch of records at open mic in college back in the day, and definitely scooped that one up because I was familiar with Mole Men, and stuff like that. And yeah, you always been murderous with the bars, very creative, very innovative with the way that you piece things together, which I think is super dope.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, so before we get into talking about the record, let's actually go way back, because this is what I want to know. I want to know when you discovered the passion for rhyming, the passion for writing. How long ago did that happen?
Rhyming was like 7th grade. I picked up the passion for rhyming, and I didn't even I had never wrote shit in my life, but 7th grade, I left my grade school that I had been in since kindergarten. I left in the 6th grade. All my homies, all my buddies, everything. I ended up going to school on the low end for some reason. I was staying at my grandmother's. Hated it, the experience. So I ended up coming back. And we was already B-boys. We was breaking and everything at the time. We had a little B-boy squad, So I come back the following year, and they see my face as I go register for school. So after school, my crew all mob me up, and they like, "Yo, we rhyming now. Can you rhyme?" And I was like, I guess I'm rhyming now. So they started beatboxing. I just started freestyling whatever, thinking of whatever. And a neighbor heard it, recorded it. It took it up to a station called WHBK, which is real big out here in Chicago for blowing up Chicago underground. And he put it up there. That inspired me because in grade school I was getting clout, for getting played, So that's when I started picking up the pen for real.
That's what's up, man. That's super dope. Earlier than me, definitely. I think, well, not that early, not that much earlier. I think me, it was a freshman in high school, I think is when I started really working with it, freestyles at the lunch table, shit like that.
Yeah.
So when did can you talk about the initial meeting with Mole Man? How did that whole thing happen? Because I feel like a lot of your
Meeting?
music, well, not meeting, like how did you
How
how
did it
did
all
how did it all come together,
right?
basically?
Okay. Um Moment started with me and Panic. We was introduced by a mutual friend, and we both had a passion for music, period. And we would go beat digging, you know what I mean? And we would bond through that, listen to samples, us garbage, going through the motions that real hip hoppers do.
Hmm.
Um, we started messing around with a local label and ran into my man, Rick Thump, who was an original Mo Man member. And we had Big Juan with us at the time too. Juan was like the dude that would, if we needed some studio time, man, I got you on studio time, just know what time it is. I bet. So we would have Big Juan with us. And rest in peace to Big Juan. But it just clicked from messing around with that record label and not working out, things not working out. So we just hovered around each other, stayed in touch, and started working together. And we started. They started making all types of beats for other artists. They would remix artists' records when artists come to town, and HBK would play and go, "Who the hell is that?" You know what I mean? And that's what blew the name up. So once the name started rising, the little dough started coming in. So studio time was coming into play. I was always the main MC of the squad. We had MCs come and go, but I was always the cornerstone. The name itself, Momeg, was coined by me because I'm a Marblehead. So when we were looking for names for the group, for the production, I was like, yeah, we let's just call it the Mo. Let's just call the whole squad the Mo, man. He was always in Juan's dusty ass basement. It felt like we was mining in a damn Mo. So let's call it the Mo, man. So we took Mo, man, and ran with it. And my DJ Mix Massacre, he was there. He was day one also. But yeah, it was just blacks and Latinos just mobbing up, messing with this hip hop stuff, man. Been brothers for 30 years.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of history there because um I was in and out of Chicago early on because I was part of a group that was half in Chicago called Wastelands at the time.
Okay.
And it was an acronym. Um but yes, I was part of that. So I was back and forth, but Moment is, you know, what I heard of heavy in the underground, like as far as like music, when we were there, everybody was always talking about Moment is the level you want to be at right now because y'all was popping. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So yeah, man, definitely a lot of history there. You briefly said you're a Marvel head. Who's your favorite character? Villain and hero.
Villain is that would be Doctor Doom. Uh,
Mm,
hero, probably Silver Surfer.
okay, okay, that's what's up, man. I was just curious. I got nothing else for that. I was just curious because I wanted to know myself.
Yeah.
but but yeah, man. So let's talk about this record a little bit.
Hmm.
God's Gun. How how long ago did you start writing this? Because there's a song on there that you got a video with Twister, but that video came out a while ago. So was
Right.
that song originally supposed to be on this, or
Yeah.
was it at? So it was.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on this?
I've been working on this one for. Uh, I started working on this in 2000 and late 17.
Mm.
Yeah, late 2017. Yeah. It
What
was
was
originally it was originally 10 total joints. It was a full album originally. Um,
okay?
yeah, and I was just gonna dismantle the whole project because when we completely lost those three records, it's like losing a child. You know what I mean? That shit is just, you know.
I
So
feel you.
I was gonna dismantle the whole project. It wasn't gonna be nothing, and probably take the scraps or whatever and just add it to add it to the project that me and Twister is working on. So, but like I said, I went back and listened to the project and was like, I think it's formidable. Won't put this shit out.
Yeah, I mean I mean it's solid. Lots of good joints on there. There's actually no bad songs. You got those people. Obviously people put out records, and there's obviously songs on a lot of people's records where they're like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that one's it might be all right,
Yeah,
but this one ain't got none of that. I mean, every joint is fire. Lots of bars, dope concepts. It's fresh.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm glad I put it out. I'm glad I followed through, put it out. It's getting some pretty good love, man. Pretty good love.
Yeah. Have you uh I mean, I know things little by little have been opening back up. Have you done any shows performing any of these
Uh,
yet?
not yet. Nah. I'm building up the to do it with the arrow that we're in now. This,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? 'Cause I ain't did jack like that right there. Like I don't even know how that feel like. You know what I mean? Like, and I did spot dates with Twister. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, on a promoter by promoter basis. Some people's like, yo, man, boy, mask up. Some people's like, man, fuck all that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's creepy, man. It's creepy. So now I ain't. Eventually, I'm I know when I do this, when I drop this next one, it's going down. But for guns, I'll probably just chill.
That's what's up. I mean, like I said, it's definitely making it made its wave since you dropped it. So, I mean, even I mean, obviously when you start doing shows, you're probably rock maybe some of these joints off here
Oh
at the
yeah,
live set. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, some of these joints are super fire.
yeah. Nah, that's this is this. I love this project. I love this project. I love this project because I did it top to bottom. With little to no Mo man involvement, with the exception of the beats. I executive the whole shit, and it was the whole thing is it's different from every release that I've done with Mo Man because it's all me. Everything, the artwork, everything, it's all me.
Oh, you wait, hold on. You designed the art? You actually drew
No,
it?
no.
Oh,
No, my man designed.
I was like, oh shit, damn, you do it all, but you do it all, man. Because I mean, the artwork is super fire for it. Like I love the art. But you obviously gave him the concept and he followed through with it.
Oh yeah. I gave him the whole concept. And he took it and was going with the wind with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout him out real quick.
Yeah, shout out to my man Trayvon.
There we go. Artist right there.
Yeah.
So let's actually play a joint, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about your how you get to where you get in your style of writing. Okay. I wanted to play this joint, Chicago, produced by Memo Producers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's start and play that one, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Cool.
Here we go.
Y'all can't see Vakill, no.
My word is shrouded in truth and gorged in grace. Tack body of work that's gorging face, sick with a scourge embrace. Discouraging who should forage and trace, yet the origin base of my flow is God's personalized signature storage in place. Tupac contingent, 50 shot stock extension, binging and cock with vengeance. Concoct the strange enough ammo that'll knock the engine out tanks point blank. Not to mention witness protection is fucked, so niggas better hop dimensions. Can't see the crown, pen articles half penny wise, half pen particles. I'm antsy the clown. I loot while the tracks lay new, the prelude before the proof in the pudding was quaaludes. Now who down for the cause? Karma granted with honor, all mechanically with a bum this planet handily in my armor candy. Goddammit, I can palm a planet, split it in half and kill every seed that's connected to your existence like pomegranates. The truth emerging, try to resuscitate, execute the surgeon. Body your ancient, present, and future version. Time travel, commute like a Terminator, reboot and shoot the virgin version of mama before the prostitute conversion. I am the sickest, 9 planet, 6 timelines. My kid's reflection of my actions define shine. Peak level to decline prime. Our top tier, any part of this artificial art of noise when the tyranny starts. On where various chrono acts of barbarianism's very kind of pistol perms, gun private area fondo. Till the trigger finger venereal's mono. Niggas here is armed to the teeth trying to get their pockets periodontal. So fuck the presidential parody Donald. If paper ain't the executive order, then the inner city youth can expect to live short of consecutive slaughter circles my city with enough bodies to build you a Mexican border. Maybe it's dyslexic disorder. We being walled in, every exit distort us from ethnic supporters next to deporters. Shit, I read Make America Great Again between the lines slow. Immigrants and dark shade of skin. This a block counter doomsday, the sinner's bringer. Kill till none in the synagogue lingers. Grabbing whole niggas by the pussy, but for pussy was on a transgender's agenda. Now who wanna smell the synagogue's fingers? I am God of malice with weapon. Spirit intermittent to that floating palace in heaven. Go 4-pound metallics, I'm prepping to shelf you like a calyx and callously wet you like a Wheezy Galaxy 7. I pin a pill and track it up tightly, back it up slightly. My mental is Project Tenant field and packing one likely. Cops hunting black skinned wheel like a newly passed Senate bill. Emmett Till image still burns in the back of my psyche, unsightly with timid chills. The carrot is dangled with Anglo hands at an angle that angers in pursuit of star-spangled advancement. Fuck the American dream, it's hard to see our way out of these hoods. Django Klansmen, they said blaming WA for Chief Keef. Blaming WA for crooked-ass police chiefs getting exposed from under them white sheets for the streets' grief. At least briefly, we was forced to soul search. Cross-burning evolved, grand dragons incinerating the whole church. If the truth incriminating we're told, never insinuating who hold merch. Who on drugs been over since '88. Feds just discriminating who so work. Back on my salmon, packs on consignment, designment for Nazis, Uzi, Army, jacket, landing, pack from assignment, backbone alignment, sprayed up to lie down legions. This is where the fuck I draw the line, like half these bitches eyebrow region. Niggas is cloud reaching. Listen, I diss about each and every speech invented between cave and Kemet. God gave a limit, saying fuck being complacent in stature till I come place in a statue graced with your engraven image. I scathing image the pen, pinpoint to a blood-bathed appendage. My pen is my penance, repentance, my penis. Supremest to the grave, replenish the brave, the apprentice. Bit till my likeness, I iced up Christ engraved and bended. I switch elaborate lines that can glitch a labyrinth. Shit on record labels, every stitch of fabric. Tell any roster, bitch, I'm having it. I will straighten every label the fuck out like I'm sleeping with the enemy kitchen cabinets.
Y'all can't see Vakill, can you? No.
I mean, there's so many bars there that like, and I mean, so like, I'm a bar head. Like like a song like this, I love this shit. Like this shit is amazing. And like the patterns. So like the patterns, the way you put the words together, like I love how it just flows, man. I love it. So like, is that like something you developed over time? Or is it something that you always, is that how you always rhyme?
I always had them. I always had them. Even as far back as the first one we put out was with Keep the Fame with Ramfest and Percy P. And if you listen to it's patterned out. Like even as a snot nose on that record. If you listen to it's patterned out like crazy. So I always had them. I always had a nice little weapon rack. So I could turn down the punches and the Sims and turn the knob up on the patterns. I could turn the knob down on the patterns, ignore what the track is saying, and just bar out. I can line it up in a straight flow. I've never been a beat contained artist.
Yeah.
I can give you online, spot on beat, spot on, and then I can just scribble scrabble and still be effective. So patterns has always been patterns kind of picked up like Kane, like with Kane did the old staccato man in hand, your original pattern, and then it got more advanced as time, it becomes like it becomes like instruments, you started just thinking up patterns and then you start stitching them in your head. Then like, I wonder how tight I can weave this shit in. And then syllables, this next thing you got like 10 syllable bars and shit. Like the art to do that within the music confines of the numbers is infinite,
Yeah.
And different patterns is I'm putting my pattern game on blast a lot more now than then, just because a lot of dudes was like, man, you can't rhyme on beat. If I can rhyme on beat, I can kill you on beat. But it's just I was always a fan of Monch, and Monch would always color outside the lines. So I became a fan of coloring outside the lines. So I would rhyme, love to rhyme on beat a lot, just to be just for the freedom to do it. But once you got older, you play with all the styles, then you jump back in line. So sometimes you keep them with you. People didn't think that I would actually utilize that style. And I told them I'm gonna do this on beat shit. This same shit when Twisted start doing it, shit. It's like, man, I'm gonna do a whole shebang off this shit. Like yeah, right. And then he pulls shit off. Like that's what we do. We always play with styles and patterns. We always play with them.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And you also are one of those artists where you put these crazy things together in your bars to where a normal listener um would probably listen to this song 10 years later and find something new that he never knew
Yeah,
before. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And that's dope in itself. I actually have a random story about that. So there's I don't know if you remember him. There's a homie of mine in Madison. His MC name is Notion. And
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my man. That's my man.
yeah,
Yeah,
so he reached out and he was he wanted to get you on a joint. He was telling me this whole story one day. He was like, "Yeah, I got Vakill on the joint." I was like, "Oh, word, that's dope as fuck." He's like, "Yeah, man, but um the crazy thing about it is at first I thought it was just, you know, an okay verse. And then he was like, but then I really listened and studied it. And he was like, this man is insane. All the shit that I picked up later on, I was like, this verse is amazing. And I'm like, word. Well, that's what's up. I was like, have you put it out yet? He's like, no. I was like, what are you waiting for? He's like, I don't know. And I still have never heard it. I've never heard the joint. but but he
he's
told
at it
me,
for a minute.
but he told me the story, and I was like, I listened to this record. I've heard other things from you, obviously, in the past, but
Right.
yes, I listened to this record, and I was like, yes, he does that. Like he can put things together to where you won't catch shit at first, and you'll
Yeah,
come back on that second, third play, shit, 5 years later play, and you'll be like, oh shit,
yeah,
there's something new that I just heard.
yeah. And I'll hide them in plain sight.
Yeah, and that's there's a lot of artists that don't do that, that can't do that.
Yeah,
So
Lupe is like the master at that shit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He's like the master at that shit, man.
What do you okay, so for a long time I had this random question.
Mhm.
I want to know how you felt about it. So for a long time, um, early on when I was starting in hip hop and shit like that, uh, you would always hear about New York, Cali, shit like that, down south, maybe
Right.
Miami here and there. And then there would always be this thing where people would say, in order to Chicago has a lot of talent, but nobody blows up from there unless they go somewhere else. What do you feel being from Chicago? I mean, what do you feel? What do you feel about that? I mean, do you think that's even a thing?
I nah. I mean, it's all in the effort, bro. Um, People didn't really realize how well I moved. Been moving off of this shit. Don't a lot of people don't realize I've been in 8 countries.
Mm,
Off of this shit. I moved stealth off of this shit. Um, a lot of people don't realize it's just effort, man, and a good team. All
yeah,
of that, you got to leave Chicago shit. Twisted and leave Chicago. Like, I mean, it's all in effort, man. We could plant our feet in the soil and still get our name out there. Like it's now more than ever with this information highway shit. We had to really really grind. When we popped off as Mo, that shit was hand to
yeah,
hand dope. That was hand to hand dope right there. Mom pop stores, consignment, dope consignment. Yeah, like we did it for real.
yeah.
And the when the information superhighway slid in, it made it even better for us. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so personally, because there's a lot of talented artists in Chicago, the whole area that have definitely
yeah,
made their waves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was just always something. So I'm in Milwaukee, and that's something that I would always hear randomly, like, or see people would talk about stuff like that. They'd be like, oh well, Common went East Coast, blah blah blah, before anything really happened for him. But the thing is like when I was starting up, I was always hearing Chicago artists. Like, I would hear Crucial Conflict, I would hear
Right.
Do or Die, I would hear Twister. Like,
Yep.
it's not like I wasn't hearing it. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it was getting somewhere without having to get out of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have to leave. I put out when I put out I put out a tape called Who's Afraid, and that's just off strength, off word of mouth. A&R flew in, like swooped in. Off the strength of off the buzz of that shit alone. Dino DeValier, the man that A&R, Vakill, the man that he signed J. Rue the Damager, he signed OC. That motherfucker flew out. He flew, I mean, I didn't leave Chicago. It's just good dope. People find it. If it's good dope, people gonna find it.
Yeah.
So that still stands. That still stands, man. Like it's no excuses now, man, with internet and shit now.
Yeah. I mean, you can basically build your entire shit off of how things are now. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need a label. You don't need any of that. You can do your own shit.
Yeah. You don't need shit now. All you need is just some sleepless nights to hustle. Shit. That's it.
Yeah. I wanted to play one of these collab joints off this record. Because both of y'all murder this, both Barsmiths. I've actually worked on music with him as well. The joint with Juice.
Focus.
With MC Juice. This joint, I mean, fire. I remember when I did a joint with Juice, I sent them the joint, and when I got it back, like it took a little while because he's a busy person. So it took a little while. And then when I got it back, I was like, oh, damn, make me want to rewrite my shit. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. I never rewrite my shit. But
yeah, he killed that fucking verse.
Oh yeah.
He killed that fucking verse.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, let's play Focus. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Like I said, I don't want to keep you too long, man, because I know when we briefly discussed before, we wanted to keep it at a certain time. So yeah, let's talk this joint, and then maybe we'll chat a little bit more about some things.
Sounds
good. And then yeah, we'll let you go about your night, man.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Here's Focus. Let's run this Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Vakill right here.
Feel good to be back. You can tell from the godly glow off my epidermis. I kept it earnest, not only in the flow, but my rep confirmed this. I tuned it from just violently shaking shit up with epic epileptic firmness. This is afterlife shitting. Envision Satan with a separate septic furnace. I furnished the bad product of the parents, their bad product, pure and uncut. Found in abandoned buildings, high shot up, left dead from what feds supply us. So I'm removing heads entire. Bare arms, I wish you would, I'm Ted inspired. I'm as royal as lineage found in Kairos. The crown went viral, niggas prayed for my downward spiral. So my agenda is simple. I'm resorting to hammers and iron to shield my green. Avengers assemble. Today's lesson, always keep the DEA guessing. You never leave DNA resin when them triggers on that K pressing. Tax flesh if the pay less than testing. You can swing it faster than the camera in Ye's presence. And y'all ain't eating if every shoe size can't foot the bill. To digest is to have understood the meal. You put the bills up and throw you change to keep you quiet every couple of cents. It's the difference between eating and dietary supplements.
Where's your focus?
It's not who gon' let me, it's who gon' stop me. On my head is a symbol of royalty placed atop me. 2 crowns,
Young kings,
unbound, run things.
where's your focus?
Legends never die, we live eternal. Study the flow or read the journal or bleed eternal. Vakill,
J.U.
pay you no attention.
Money's the focus. These awkward thoughts, I'm often talking this. Flow cold enough to make them shake. I author Parkinson's. It's like I'm robbing a bank. I off the hostages. Bitches, they get high off the dank. They coughing sausages. I fluctuate between praying to God and lawlessness. Worship the stars like A&Rs in their offices. Fans refer to me as J to God. I'm like, get off that shit. I'm made of God, but I still pray to God. Get off that shit. I'm from where we keep shells better than tortoises. The fight for Fetty made niggas change. Metamorphosis. I cop a P for that read. Bet I'm off in this. Plus I'm OG in the sea. Move it like Morpheus. The father of the arsenistic, carcinogenic, biochemist, cryogenic into physics. In other words, I'll be here forever. Never ever cloudy, I see clear wherever. I'm funk flexing with these flows, drunk texting on these hoes. The type to straight purchase whole sections of the stove. Home like Nate Burke, it's a reflection of the go. Promoters can't jerk us cause them Texas on the flow. I like to take the beats and hold them hostage. The triangle, I just set a pic for Vine, now he rolling off it. Rose gold, I talk it, the flow pole vaulted. Goddamn, I know y'all salty.
It's not who gon' let me, it's who gon' stop me. On my head is a symbol of royalty placed atop me. 2 crowns,
Young kings,
unbound, run things.
where's your focus?
Legends never die, we live eternal. Study the flow or read the journal or bleed eternal. Vakill,
J.U.
pay you no attention.
Money's the focus.
Yeah, that joint's fire, man. The beat by Knots.
Stupid.
Yeah, crazy. Speaking of that, do you have a favorite producer that you've worked with or still want to work with that you haven't?
Besides Preem, and I'm finna do that one. But it would be, you know what? It would be Preem and Marley Marl.
Okay, that's what's up.
Because Marley got who's the joint? What's the joint he did? Was that Real Life?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He was in his bag on that goddamn album, man. And he kind of faded black after that. Like I'm like, I know he's sitting on, man. I know he's sitting on some work.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Lord Finesse.
Lord Finesse. I love Lord Finesse production.
Yeah, he owed me a track.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he owed me a track.
Yeah, love Lord Finesse production, man.
Yeah, I still want my track, bro.
Lord Finesse, if you hear it, there it is. There it is. He's
Yeah.
waiting.
I'm waiting.
Word up, man.
His production is so underrated. Jesus,
Oh yeah, he makes amazing
man,
beats.
man.
Yeah, I've actually I think I've been in MC battles over battling over his beats. I'm pretty sure that's happened multiple times. Have you ever jumped into MC? I mean, you know, you said you freestyled early on. Did you ever do the MC battling, or it wasn't your thing?
I came in the game battle, but our battling then was you didn't freestyle till you ran out of shit. Till we ran out of shit, you
Yeah.
start buzzing their heads off the top of the dome. So, yeah, I came in the game on that shit, man. That's
Oh yeah. Well, that's the only battle shit I do is off the top. Like I don't do the pre-written. That's not my thing.
yeah, yeah. You got then you got freestyle shit. You got your smack shit. You got whatever avenues. I never put a lot of stock into freestyle battling. Freestyling, but not battling. But smack and all that shit. I think I shred some motherfuckers in there.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Um,
your writing is crazy, so I would definitely see you be able to do that.
yeah, I'm watching motherfuckers win battles using my bars on a lot of that shit. So I know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You had briefly talked about uh when I drop the next one. So you already have a project that's far in the works, or is it just in the beginning phase?
No, it's pretty much because uh the joints that was left off of guns, I'm putting them on here.
Okay.
So I already got a foundation to build on. So that's why I said this coming. I'm spinning the block with this one. So
Mm,
yeah.
that's what's up, man. You have a plan when you're dropping that, or is it just kind
I,
of
I,
just
I'm aiming for March.
okay?
Aiming for
That's what's
March,
up.
and I got some other. I can't really speak on it right now, but I got some other shit that might just y'all not gonna even see how the way this is presented. You're not gonna see it coming.
Well, I can't wait, man. Because like I said, this the God's Gun record is super fire, so I can't wait to hear what's next. And maybe when you drop the next thing, we have to bring you back on. We'll talk about that because I want to get more in depth on things as far as the process behind the songs, the concepts, the writing like that. Obviously that would be we'd have to have a longer podcast to do that.
Cause I
But
talk that language. I talk that shit. I mean, that's on some MC shit.
yeah, yeah, man. So yeah, why don't you drop the best way for people to get at you? If I don't know if you're open to doing any features right now, if you have things, but as far as like hollering at you to maybe get a verse or even finding your music and where they can go to get that. What's the best platform to reach you?
All streaming platforms got it. They all got it. So uh Spotify, SoundCloud, it's all there.
Yeah, that's what's
Uh
up, man.
in terms of those other ones.
Uh, I mean, basically, if somebody wanted to contact you, if they
Oh
were
yeah, you
interested
get
in
hit me up.
working,
Yeah, you can hit me on the gram, Crown Vakill, Vakil. Hit me on Crown Vakill on the gram, and then the real Vakill on Twitter.
okay, and that's where you mainly are at,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and then you can hit my fan page on Facebook as well. I respond on there once in a while, so you can
yeah.
find me on those.
All right, well, dope, man. like I said, man, this has been dope. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you too long. You know, it's a weekday,
Appreciate you
whatever.
reaching out, man. Appreciate you having me, bro. Love
Oh
it.
yeah. This is super dope, man. It was dope getting a little bit of history, getting your opinion on the Chicago thing, talking about the record, you know, breaking down the patterns and everything like that. But yeah, so yeah, let me do a little outro. And yeah, we'll say peace. And then, like I said, keep me posted when the next record drops, because I would like to get more in depth on
Yeah, we get it in on
certain
next.
songs. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
get
saying?
it in.
So yeah, man. This has been Pick Apart the Passion podcast, brought to you by Cypher Dead Music, Jab Kai Media. Shouts to my dude Rambunctious, who is the creator of Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Tonight we had the special guest Vakill stop in with us to discuss his record, God's Gun. Very amazing record. Go out there, get it on all streaming platforms. And yeah, super dope project. But yes, this is
Appreciate it.
where you pick apart yourself to get to your passion. And in the word of my homie Rambunctious's father, I'm gonna leave you with the quote: "Is it better to be right, kind?" And we're gonna leave you with that as we dip out of here. Vakill, it's been great to have you on the show. Appreciate you, man. And I'll holler at you soon, man, in the future. Peace.
Peace.